talk about due dates because there is so much discrepancy out there and variation in what each person considers due. And so essentially this just means that's the average length of days of gestation that species of animals typically is pregnant for. You hear a lot of people in full-size horses saying 336 is a very common number that they say. Some people say 340, some people say 330. Minis absolutely go earlier than full-size horses. So I call 330 due, but I don't even like actually using that term because it's very misleading because it implies that if she were to go 329, the baby is early, and it's not. Essentially anything after 320 in full-size horses, they consider on time. Not that it has no chance of survival if it's born at 315 or 310. It's just that 320 is just the ideal range for full-size horses. In minis, I believe that number is more like 315, where I have plenty of full-born at 315 or later that are 100% normal. They're not premature. I did just print out my last, I think, 4 foaling seasons, the list of the babies and when they foaled and when they were due, meaning 330 days. And I'm about to go through and crunch the numbers and see what the average length of gestation is for my miniature horses. I do have quite a large sample size, obviously. So I think that will probably give a pretty accurate representation because I always ultrasound to confirm pregnancies between 14 and 16 days. So I know my due dates are correct. But I am going to go through and crunch those numbers, and I usually write down the time of day they had it. I write down if it was a filly or a colt. So I'm going to do a couple different averages. I'm going to calculate one, just the number of days of gestation in my minis, the difference between fillies and colts because fillies typically come earlier and colts typically go later. And so I want to see if that holds true. I also want to calculate the time of day and see when the average time of day is. I can tell you what I think, but I want to see what the numbers actually show. So let me know if there's any other statistics you would like to know from these lists. I do plan to do that soon and report back to you guys with all that information as soon as I can.